A lot of you are conversion happy. What the heck does that mean? Some of you are like, my kid doesn't think I'm cool anymore. So now I'm doing Roth conversions. My nephew, my niece, they're always telling me I'm just such a boomer, but I'm not. I'm doing Roth conversions. Guys, you don't want to be conversion happy. What the heck is a Roth conversion? We're going to talk about that in just a moment, but we're going to go even deeper. If you're potentially going to be moving, so right now you're in California, like myself, and you're going, I'm not loving the taxes here. Yeah, the weather's nice, but if I could move to Florida, I just would save so much in taxes. Well, we're going to talk about, okay, how should we think through that? Does it actually make sense? Meaning, yes, maybe you'll save more in taxes, but is it worth it for your quality of life? What we're going to be doing today in our new series, Root Drops, where we literally are dropping just pieces of knowledge for you. You're about to hear from one of my amazing lead advisors at Root Financial about how to think through this. Now, why are we talking about this? Well, this was actually left, this comment in our free community, the Root Collective. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this question for all of you guys, and I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to share my screen. You're all going to see this right here. This, if you want to go put your own question, you can do so in the description of this video. And you can see here, Homie D says Roth conversions on state income taxes. And I won't read the whole thing, but you're going to see here, he says, I'm planning on doing a Roth conversion this year as my income will be lower than in previous years since I will soon be recreationally employed. That's the phrase I made up for when people are working because they want to, not because they have to. They're recreationally employed. He's living in New Jersey, high income taxes, considering moving to Florida. He's wondering, should I do conversion? Should I move? How do I even think about this? So once again, this new series, Root Drops, you're just going to get a drop of knowledge from one of my amazing advisors, Chris, right now. Take it away, Chris.
Thanks, Ari. Yeah, anytime we talk about Roth conversions on a very basic level, the key is, are we going to pay less in taxes down the road over the entire lifetime of the presumed plan? So can we find a way to pay lower tax now on income as opposed to paying higher tax on it later? But before we even get to that, the biggest thing is their actual goals. Was meeting with somebody last week, and ultimately, like, they were looking at potentially getting out of Oregon, another state income tax. So, but the question naturally led into, like, do you like Oregon? They didn't particularly care to stay there, so it was an easy decision to say, hey, we can start looking at some other places to move. So first, we don't want to let the tax tail wag the dog that is your financial plan, and making sure that ultimately your life is being maximized by the funds that you have. When it comes to actually making the evaluation between, like, the timing of, do I do a Roth conversion? Do I wait till I move wait till I move states? A key thing there will be, it can make sense to potentially, like, speed up Roth conversions if you're planning on moving to a state that has income tax. But ultimately, if you're looking at, for example, moving from California to my great state of Tennessee, where there's no income tax, you could potentially be in a difference in brackets where you're going to pay a lower bracket now versus later for both federal and state. But if you look at the difference, the total net difference could be like 10% difference between now and later. And then after the move, the same difference. It could be 10% because all you really did was eliminate the California, 9.3% tax rate. So when it comes to making a decision on should you wait, I think most of the time it's not going to make a lot of sense, but of course it's going to depend on your particular situation. But you will obviously pay lower taxes by moving to a lower income or no income state. But ultimately, it could still make sense to make those Roth conversions even while you're still in a higher income state. At the end of the day, we want to keep your goals as the main point of the planning, and again, not let taxes impact ultimately how you want to best live your life, and just making sure that we're working, in tandem with you and your CPA to do best for you from a tax standpoint.
Love it. Guys, I love that line, Chris. Don't let the tax tail wag the life dog. We see that way too often where people come and they go, I don't want to upset my advisor. We had planned on Roth conversions. Yeah, maybe I don't spend more. And we're like, no, the reason we're doing all of this is so you can fully enjoy your retirement. So if you resonated with this, like this video, drop a comment if there was something that you learned. In addition, if you want to work with Root Financial, and particularly Chris, because he resonates with you, the way he talks, the way that he corresponds on certain types of financial different values, which once again, you can all learn more about all of our amazing advisors. If you go to our website, Root Financial, and you click about, you can see Chris as well as the rest of our team. We have multiple ways that you can work with us. So if you're interested in working with Root, go ahead to rootfinancial.com. In the upper right, you'll see a little button that says click here to see if you're a fit. And we look forward to speaking to you then.